Cool, so hey you guys, welcome back to another review. Thank you for joining me today. Today we are talking about the Downton Abbey movie. Okay, so I'm going to say something that's probably going to annoy a lot of hardcore Downton Abbey fans, but I have not yet seen the series. And I know that's probably shocking to hear to hardcore Downton Abbey fans, but yeah, I've not yet seen the full series. So I was going into this movie pretty blind. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a really good time watching this movie. One thing I was very curious to see them do was introduce new audience members to the Downton Abbey, I guess, franchise. And they did that really, really well. I'd say within the first 10 to 15 minutes, I kind of knew exactly who each character was and what their role was at Downton Abbey. And not only did I find out who they were as characters, but I also understood a lot of their motivations, and they set up the characters very well in this movie so that a new audience member like myself was not going to be lost and you didn't have to go watch the whole series beforehand. Look, I think it definitely helps if you have seen the series beforehand, and I think you'll care a lot more about each of the characters. I was able to get on board straight away, and I understood who each character was and what their role was and what their motivations were. And I really think they hit the nail on the head with that one. I really think it was executed perfectly. They set up the world again so well. And I think for people who may not remember exactly what happened at the end of the series, I think they'll be straight on board again with this movie, and I think this movie does a really good job of just getting everyone back on track. So the film continues to follow the story of the Crawley family and their residence at Downton Abbey, and pretty much the basic plot of this movie is that the royal family is coming over to stay a night at Downton Abbey. So the film pretty much depicts the events leading up to that and the event itself, and I had a really good time in this movie. There are a lot of, I guess, sub-stories happening all over the place, and I think that is a reflection on the TV show. I think that's what TV shows do really, really well. There's a whole lot of different stories sort of weaving in and out of each other, and it works really well in a series. I think there were a bit too many times where this movie was just cutting to each person's different story. For me personally, I felt like I was wanting to spend a bit more time on one aspect of the story without going to the other one so quickly. But it didn't bother me too much. I think each character's story and the stories that are in the movie were interesting enough to follow. And although I did sort of gravitate and care about certain character stories a bit more than others, I do think each of the stories do have a worthy place in this film, and I guess the movie also does a really good job of giving each character a bit of the spotlight throughout the movie. I mean, there are a lot of characters in this movie, and I think each of them do have a little moment to shine. I do also just want to say that Maggie Smith's performance in this film was excellent. Without having even seen the series, I can just know that she's probably going to be one of my favorite characters, because throughout this movie, she was the standout character for me. She had such great moments in the movie. There are also a lot of other characters who I really just cared for in this movie. And that's definitely a compliment on the movie, because I haven't been following these characters for a whole lot of seasons of television. I'm just seeing them now for the first time in a film, and this film did a great job of making me care for these characters. At the end of the movie, I was really happy to see most of the conclusions to the characters. I thought it did a really good job in sort of closing each story arc. And I guess this could be probably the biggest compliment I could give to this movie, but it's really made me want to go back and watch the series. I also just want to say that the cinematography is beautiful in this movie. There's some really, really great shots in this movie. The set design as well is incredible. The hair and makeup, the costumes, like everything was really good in this movie. And look, it is a pretty simple story for the most part, but I think that's why it actually shines so much. It's a really pleasant and happy movie as well. There's definitely bits of drama here and there in the movie, but overall I really just felt happy watching this movie. It was a very uplifting movie. So often in the world we seem to be bombarded with dark, heavy sort of subject matter to process and deal with. And I guess it's just great to have these sort of movies to just shine a bit of like light and hopefulness in the world of cinema every once in a while. Look, I'm obviously over exaggerating, but it really is nice to go to a movie like this and just feel uplifted when you leave and feel just happy. And you know, it's a sort of feeling I don't get as often as I used to when I go to the movie. So it was really just nice. It was a really pleasant and nice film. Look, if you guys are Downton Abbey fans, I really do feel like you would enjoy this movie. I obviously can't really say because I haven't watched the series, but for me it was a really strong film. Only criticism would be that I feel like it jumps to each person's story a bit too often, and it doesn't leave certain things to marinate a bit. But besides that, I really had a good time watching this movie. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. So go check out Downton Abbey and let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. And also, if you have not yet seen the movie and you have seen the series, let me know what you think of the series in the comments down below, because I am very, very tempted to actually go watch the series now because of how much I enjoyed this movie. So let me know if I should do that in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate your time. Remember to like this video, subscribe, and press the bell icon to be notified every single time I post a new video. I am heading to Comic-Con Africa this weekend, so there's going to be a lot of content about that will be dropping on the channel this weekend and throughout next week. So subscribe for that. I hope to see you guys there. But thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.